Good afternoon. My name is Angela McCausland. I'm a virtual PA. One of the questions I'm asked in client meetings is, how do you bill out your time? So I thought I'd create a video blog post about that subject. There are four main ways I bill out my time. I can work on an hourly basis. I can work on a daily fee. I can work on set project fees or monthly retainers. One thing I don't generally do is work as an employee. Being a virtual PA means that I'm flexible and I can work for my clients only when they need me. I'm not an overhead and I'm not another employee on their books or their headcount. So let's go back to those four ways. I'll start with the monthly retainer. This would be an agreed set monthly fee, usually over a 12-month period, reviewed annually, where I'm tasked to carry out specific activities throughout the duration of the month. Something like this would be where I offer marketing support for a company. A set project fee would be where the client specifies a particular project or a particular task that has a finite amount of time that needs to be spent on it, or a particular task that can be measured. A good example of this would be if I was asked to proof, read or reformat a training manual. It would have a particular time associated with it, and we would estimate how much it would cost that client to carry out that work. The other fee we can charge is a daily fee. Now this would link in with our Blitz, the backlog service, where we go to a client's site and spend the whole day there, helping them perhaps with their filing, helping them clear their desk, maybe setting up some new systems in-house to make their working life a little bit more efficient. This goes on to our hourly rate. This is where clients ask us to bill them for the actual time spent, either on a project or an ongoing basis. Now we use a simple kitchen timer for this to record the amount of time that we're spending working for a particular client. You can also use a stopwatch or your computer clock, and there are even some online apps that you can use. In fact, there is an app for the iPhone that's called Toggl, Toggl. One last thing to explain is the difference between billable and non-billable time. If you're an employee, you get paid for when you're at work, and this does include time when you're making a cup of tea, chatting with a colleague about what you're going to do tonight or at the weekend. You're paid for when you're there. When you're self-employed and you work like me virtually, I'm only paid for the actual work that I do. And I only charge my clients for the actual work that I carry out for them. And this goes back to the stopwatch again. If I go to make a cup of tea, I'll stop my stopwatch, make the cup of tea, and come back and start it again when I start working back for that client. Because we have several clients and at any one time, we've got different stopwatches, different colours for different clients. It's another one here. And what we do is we record the actual time spent on a timesheet spreadsheet. So going back to billable and non-billable time, it's one of the things that we think that we are very honest and open about. We only charge for the actual time we spend. We even have a non-billable category on our timesheet so that we can keep a check of how much time we're spending not billing, not working. I hope you find this interesting and useful, and perhaps it gives you a little bit of an insight into the way that we work. Thanks for listening.